It's Wei Yi versus Vidit Gujrathi at the Tech Mahindra Global Chess League. Both of them have faced off against each other on several occasions, and Wei Yi has had a positive score against Vidit. The upgrade Mumbai Masters player Vidit would try to change this against the Triveni Continental Kings. You can see Vidit gets into his zone, be it a rapid tournament, be it a classical, be it a blitz, whichever is the event, Vidit keeps up his sort of ritual there, or his sort of way to get into the zone. The arbiter comes in and asks them to start the clock. It's 20 minutes straight finish without increment, a d4 by Wei Yi. Vidit brings his knight out to f6. You have the London system with bishop f4. And what is Vidit's response going to be? These days the players are all very well prepared against the London system. It's not like a big surprise. They have lines prepped up. So it will be interesting to see what Vidit chooses, because you can see they also have several weapons now against the London system. And now we are into the Jobawa London territory. This is not a great move order, because bishop b4 I believe should give black a good position. But with it goes bishop d6 and queen f3. Castles by black. And now g4 is the move by Wei Yi. He's already going on the attack. This opening is a little bit weird with knight c3, but somehow white gets very nice play. And with it goes knight c6. Slightly weird there. But one can understand that Vidit is trying to control the e5 square and maybe go for a quick e5 in the position. Knight goes back to e8 and Wei Yi says, sorry Vidit, e5 is not going to be possible. My rook is now opposite your queen. The bishop chops off the bishop here. And now queen takes or pawn takes is the question. He takes with the queen. You can see Wei Yi has 16 minutes on the clock. Vidit has 13 minutes. One of the issues that Vidit has faced in this tournament is not the best time management. Bishop d3 played. Here looking at the square on h7. Knight comes out to d6. And queen h4, threatening a mate here. I think the best idea is to block it with f5. And with it does it. f5, knight f3, knight e5. The e5 square is weakened. Wei Yi goes f4, but this is a very double-edged move, because he weakens his e4 square. Yes, he also gets the e5 square. Knight e7 by Vidit, and now the Indian Grandmaster feels more confident about his chances, because he can start playing on the queen side. He plays b6. He has 7 minutes 54 seconds. Wei Yi has 12 minutes. Wei Yi's idea is to rook lift and try for the mate here with rook g3, rook h3. Vidit puts the queen away. Maybe queen h5 is a strong move here. But he comes back, queen f2. And now it's time to start hitting the center. c5 with its counterplay looks much faster now. He maybe c4, maybe b5, b4. Knight jumps into e5. I guess c4 would be a very, very good move. He plays it. He finds c4. Bishop goes back. And b5 is on the board. Vidit is on the offensive. He still has 6 minutes on the clock. Bishop h5. Time to pick up the knight here. Yes, he takes it. Knight e5. And let's see what Wei is going to recapture with. The best way is d takes e5. Yes, he takes it. And now playing knight e4 is possible. Take. This could be one way. But b4 played by Vidit. Wow, what a move by him. If you take here, he wants to take on c3. So Wei sacks his knight right into the center of the board. If you play, by the way, rook d5, there is knight e4 hitting your queen. So you have to take the knight, and Vidit takes it back with the queen. The position is around even, maybe very small edge for white. But rook g3 is not particularly great, because you can push your pawn, you can bring your bishop out. The rook is not doing much here. Bishop e6, good move. The position looking good for Vidit. 2 minutes 25 seconds for him. 4 minutes 30 seconds for Wei Yi. Rook h3 has been played. And g6. maybe not the best. He could have played rook c8, b3, all these moves, because with g6 he's allowing Wei Yi now to sacrifice his bishop. A beautiful practical option here by Wei Yi, because Vidit is low on time. He goes for it, and now he can take this pawn on g6. He's cut the king off, takes the pawn, queen g6. 1 minute 12 seconds for Vidit, 3 minutes for Wei Yi. And these are the positions where it's very difficult to play with just 1 minute. So Wei Yi can be very happy with what he's got here. Rook h6, pinning the bishop. Vidit goes rook e8, queen goes to g7, king comes up, and now you can chop off another pawn here. Vidit down to 59 seconds on the clock, plays rook a8, and now Wei Yi thinking he can come back here, but already rook a2 is a very serious possibility. He comes back, well, rook a2 is met unfortunately by rook e6, so it's good to start off with rook to f7, but Vidit goes rook e8. The rook comes to h7. Now look at this, the queen is coming in, so bishop moves back. So many problems here in the position. Let's see what Wei Yi plays. He has 2 minutes, Vidit has 50 seconds, rook h6, bishop needs to come back. You can also play a rook here. He plays his bishop. And is e4 possible here, which would be very complicated? He moves his king away first so that these checks are not possible. And a very tough move, this king b1, because in time trouble, what to play? Not easy. Queen c5 now. Maybe king b5. He finds the best move here with it. And Wei Yi muddies the water here. d4 is the best move, but he blunders. fe4, f5 played. Suddenly there is a pin here. Vidit has only 30 seconds to make this calculate. e3 might be the best. He finds it. Takes, and now d4. But he goes e2 and rook e1. Queen a6 is the final blunder. He had to play rook a7 because now the rook is hanging, and Wei Yi can simply take it because there is no mate here. The king can escape. So Wei Yi takes his time. He knows that this is the critical moment. He just calculates everything, takes it. With it, chops off the pawn. He needs to find the mate. He pushes his pawn. He's threatening a mate in one, but the black king is so exposed. It's not going to work. First a check. King here, check again, king goes back, and where's the win? First he takes the pawn, smart move, because now the king can come out. Pawn to b3, with it plays, check, king to c5, gives another check, pushes the pawn and gives a check from here. With it goes back and check here, and he resigns. What a game this was. With it played well, but in the end he did not manage his clock so well. Wei Yi made such practical decisions, first sacrificing the bishop, then making those little king moves, king b1 when Vidit was under time pressure, then e4, and I think it was time pressure that got onto Vidit where he couldn't really handle those moves, and that just shows why this time control without increment is just so difficult. For now, the Triveni Continental Kings look very strong, especially because of Alireza Firouzja on board 1 and Wei Yi on board 2, both of them doing brilliantly. Valentina Gunina also beat Harika, which gave them a huge win over the Upgrad Mumbai Masters.